Hi, YouTube viewer person. I wanted to do a video about a recent test that I had to go through that my doctor ordered. A test called an EGD. I don't know what it stands for, but I know that it's called an EGD. And it's typically done at the hospital. It's also referred to as an endoscopy. So I just wanted to talk about what that is like, what that felt like, and what the recovery is like. Because it's obviously when some doctor says to you, "Hey, I need you to go over to the hospital," like it can be a little alarming. So I wanted to kind of talk about what it was like for me and what the procedure that I understand at least, was like, and how the recovery was. So I'm going to start with the recovery actually, because that's really the most important thing. Does it hurt? Is it going to hurt me afterwards? Am I going to have to be, am I going to be in pain? I wasn't. I know that some people have discomfort in the back of their throats and so forth. That may happen, but it's definitely nothing like you haven't had before. If you've ever had a cold or you've ever had a sore throat, you've experienced the worst of what you could possibly have. Now, obviously, your experience may vary, but it's not bad at all. So the procedure in general is they're going to sedate you. So they're going to give you some of the good stuff to make you very, very drowsy. And once you're under or you're out, they're going to put a tube down your throat, which sounds really terrible at first, but it's not that bad. So they put a tube down your throat, and they're going to take a look at your stomach on the inside. So whether they're checking for ulcers or whatever reason you're having it done, they're going to take a look at see what's going on in there. My procedure was relatively quick because my doctor is I'm going for bariatric reasons, and he's only really needing to look at the esophagus and the top part of the stomach. But sometimes endoscopies can encompass the entire stomach, in which case it may be a slightly longer procedure, but you're going to be out for the whole thing anyway, so it's not going to be an issue for you. You're going to be sleeping. One thing I didn't realize it was a whole, like it was a whole-on procedure, and that I had to put on the hospital gown when I got to the hospital. I thought it was an in and out thing. So definitely prepare to spend a good couple of hours at the hospital. I was checked into a same day ward. So, I had a little private room, and I had, they gave me my gown to put on, the whole deal. For you bariatric folks that are going in for weight loss surgery, if they want to give you the gown that has like the paw prints on it, I forget what it says, ask them for a normal gown. The nurse that came in to put my IV in, he was really, really nice, and his name is Jay. He was fantastic, really, really super great guy. He brought me a normal hospital gown. I don't know what the deal is with this, the paw print one. I can't remember the name of it, but apparently you can hook it up to the bed, and it has a warming system in here. Every time I put that gown on, it rips in all kinds of different places. So the thing wound up looking like a toga on me, and it was funny because Jay came in and he's like, "Dude, are you having a toga party?" And I was like, "What?" And I looked down at the hospital gown, and it looked like a freaking toga. So if they try to give you that paper one with the paws on it, ask for a normal hospital gown. Trust me, way more comfortable. But anyway, you got to put the gown on. You'll get in bed and just hang out in bed, and then they wheel you down into an endoscopy room. Some nurse will give you the happy drugs. You'll fall asleep, wake up, you're done. With mine, it was pretty funny actually, because I was, they wheeled me down to the endoscopy room, and I was sitting in there for, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, because the doctor was next door finishing one up. And I literally was laying there, and the nurses were kind of going in and out, and I said, I got up at 5 a.m. and it was probably like 6:45 at that point. I said, "Would you mind if I just shut my eyes, for a couple of minutes, and then if you need me to do something, just wake me up." And they're like, "Yeah, no problem." So the lady just said, "Turn on your side for me." I'm like, "Okay." So I turned on my left side and shut my eyes, and I must have fallen asleep. Next thing I know, I just kind of, with my eyes closed, I said, any idea how much longer?" And the nurse says, "No, you've been done for 10 minutes. So I didn't even know they did it to me. So it was pretty great. But it's certainly not something to worry about. It's a very routine procedure, something that is done all the time in hospitals and so forth. It's minimally invasive. There's no long after effects. There's no pain involved. And they'll give you something to drink as soon as you get back from the procedure. So they brought me ice cold apple juice, and it was like, apple juice is one of my all-time favorite drinks. If you have to go for an EGD or an upper endoscopy or anything like that, it's definitely something that is very easy to go through and very easy to recover from. Certainly nothing I'd be worried about. Now, there is another version of this. I don't know what the technical term for it is, but my doctor offered this to me as an option. There's another form of the endoscopy where they can do it in the doctor's office. And instead of knocking you out at the hospital and going down your throat that way, they would numb your nose and the back of your throat and insert the tube up your nose and then go down the back of your throat. That whole thing just scared me. If you have a really sensitive gag reflex, that's not one for you. If you don't want to be uncomfortable, that's definitely not one to do. Some people don't mind going through things like that because, like I said, the entire procedure was only a number of minutes. So the doctor would be able to kind of see instantly what was going on, and you wouldn't have to go through the whole process of going to the hospital and getting admitted and doing all that stuff. So, if you're okay with that discomfort, doing the through the nose endoscopy might be a way to go for you. But the regular one, going to the hospital and getting knocked out and everything, I'd say go for that one. It's, you get a little, you get a little free, medically monitored drugs. I mean, the drugs bit aside, I think that's the one that's more comfortable for me for sure. And I mean, if you don't mind the discomfort of the other one, it's good because the doctor gets his results right away. But me personally, I'm more comfortable with the whole, knock me out thing and do what you got to do and wake me up when you're done. So, cool. If you have any questions, feel free to send them to me. And if you like the videos that I have on my channel, please feel free to subscribe. Thanks very much.